let's talk a little bit about the Olympics. Obviously, when you first stepped in Tokyo or arrived in Tokyo, I know these Olympics were unlike any other that we've had, because obviously there were no fans allowed, and it was all the testing and so forth and so on. But I'm sure it was still a great experience. Talk to us a little bit about that experience, and some of the things that you some of the things that you were able to do or not do, because obviously your event was the second week, I assume. Talk to us a little bit about the whole experience.
So how we were able to do it, which I think was a lot different from a lot of countries. I know the US, I mean, they have so many athletes. They were really kind of sending them in close to their competition date, leaving very close to, when they finished. We were fortunate enough Greece had a plan in 2020 to be in Japan for a whole training camp, and we were actually able to still do this. So the Greek track and field team went to Misato, Japan, July 15th, and we were there for about 12 days. So I was in total for Japan for about 22 days, which is a long time. But when we first got there, the travel getting just through the airport was about 7 hours once we landed in Japan to leave it was a long process of just lines, testing, waiting, walking, different, stationing, processing. But once we got to Misato, we weren't allowed to leave our hotel room. We weren't allowed to, even use the elevator or go in the lobby. They were taking it very, very seriously, because it was probably a big risk to even have athletes out in, not the Olympic Village.
Sure.
And that was more the bummer of anything, was not being able to see really the country. But
Right.
How I think of it is we were able to just spend a lot of time, at least with people who were, Japanese, are people that were helping us. We were able to spend a lot of time with, because we weren't able to go anywhere. These people were incredibly, kind. They helped us with anything we needed. I needed, a type of medicine that I had forgotten in Greece, and immediately someone was out there helping me, trying to get it for me. And so that was our experience in the hotel. It was boring because we weren't allowed to go anywhere. Sunday was, a day when no one had any training. We were all just in the hotel going stir crazy. But yeah, that routine was, we definitely bonded with each other a lot.
Right.
But yeah, they were amazing hosts. And then from our training camp, we went on to the Olympic Village. And the Olympic Village is a pretty cool place to be. That's definitely the highlight. The literal competition, Olympics versus World Championships, it's roughly the same level. But the esteem around the Olympics is because it's the world's greatest competition, and you're able to be around other athletes and see other sports and meet other people.
Right.
So just walking into my dorm room, or like my room, and you look out and you just see all these other buildings with all the flags hanging from, their balconies. It's a really like surreal kind of feeling. To then, you walk around the village. Everyone always wears their team, jersey or team uniform. But that was a really, really amazing experience. They did a great job under the circumstances, and it's more of a bummer that no one was able to experience, I think, how great of hosts they were.
Right.
But yeah, every morning in the village we had our COVID tests, and then we had to go for breakfast. And the dining hall was 2 floors. I think it was able to hold actually, I can't really remember. But it had 2 floors, and there were plexiglass through everything, so you had to sit, in your little stall. But still,
Right.
The athletes, they're everywhere, and you're seeing a 6'6" rower next to a 4'11" gymnast, and everyone's going through the same process. And yeah, the food was really great. But yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer because I think people were less inclined to really meet and mix.
Right.
But still, I think one of my family members had told me this on my way there. She said, no one else is going to have the 2020 experience. So
That's right.
you're one of those Olympians who no one else will be able to say they had something like that.
That's right. And just think in another 40 years, so you can tell your grandkids, hey, I was in the 2020 Olympics. And then, probably go down in history.